Hi, this is Ken at K&S Brakes. We're going to make another video going over some new parts we've been looking at lately. The company name is Sparta Evolution. Their U.S. headquarters are in Washington State, and we've known the principals over there for quite some time. Some smart guys and a really good engineer named Steve. Anyway, so we have one of their replacement rotor and pad packages here to look at, and we're going to also do an install video on an STI shortly as well. So let's take a quick look at the parts so we see what we have here, and then later on we'll get to the install. Pretty good to look at. So we have the front and rear brake pads. This is their Sparta SPP brake pads, a street performance. In this case, it's a pretty common shape for the front of a Subaru STI. It's a 2017 brakes on the car. So that's a D1001 pad shape. So you see the pads there, they have some shims, and they give us a little bit of brake grease, which is good, and a lanyard, and I guess a bit of, oh yeah, some good information about rotor bedding. We'll read that and take a look. Warranty, and package slip. So that all looks pretty good. Let's get all this stuff opened up, make sure we have what we need to get the install done. And we'll go from here. That's the front pads, the D1001 shape. See the pad has shims. It is chamfered. And this should be a modest or low dust pad for street use, no noise, etc. and so forth. Rear pads right here. Again, nicely packaged, by the way. Another lanyard for your partner. Don't eat that. And the rear pad shape D961. Again, same thing, chamfers on the pads, shims, and so there we have those. Everything looks normal. I have definitely seen my share of these. Let's have a look at the rotors. These are a STI brake rotors, slotted. So this feels like a front. Yeah, that's a front rotor. Again, nicely packaged. Any rust or anything. These are a little heavy, of course. So, very good, looks good. Let's see what we got here. So this is a front STI rotor. You can see the hub is coated to hopefully keep the rust down. They have their slotting design that they like. That looks pretty good. We can see a couple of things here. This is fine turned, not ground. We can tell by the machining marks. That's usually a good sign for very low or zero run out or disc thickness variation. And then we see it is a pillar vane design, which is normal for a front STI rotor. Instead of straight vanes, we have a series of posts and pillars that is generally there to strengthen and increase cooling, especially at lower speeds. And there's our vane entry. Looks good. The other thing to note is that it's dual drilled, so it will fit either 5 on 114 or 5 on 100 Subaru hubs. So that's good as well. Let's have a look at the rear. All right, again, you see the coated center section, 5 on 100 and 5 on 114. That's a clearance hole to get to the parking brake adjustment if needed. And these threaded holes here, if you're up in the north in salt, rusty areas, Subaru, obviously it's a winter car for many of you. That's what you use to push the rotor off the hub if it's rusted on. That's a much better method. That's an M8 by 1.25 thread, and that'll easily push the rotor right off of the hub, so you don't have to bang on it with a hammer. Again, you see there's the parking brake drum on the inside. So everything looks good. We have what we need. Stay tuned. We will get these on the car here shortly and do a product review. Again, this is Sparta Evolution. We're at K&S Brakes in Cary, North Carolina. And look around. There should be another video coming up soon with a good install and a lot of tips and tricks. A couple more things. This doesn't look like it has any excessive amounts of oil or anything on there. I really wouldn't recommend doing anything but installing them and then driving to break them in a bit. You don't need to clean that. I think that's perfectly fine. And these are street pads. We do not need to do excessive bedding. These will work. These should work pretty much very well right out of the box and on the car. Thank you for watching. This is Ken.